What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So I want to go ahead and continue with this top 10 playoff performers list. At number 10, I had Larry Joe Bird. And at number 9, I have Kobe Bean Bryant. Now, Kobe Bryant is one of the greatest players in the history of the NBA. Generally, people have him in their top 10 or top 5. Some people a little bit, you know, higher in the top 5. But that's generally the consensus where most people rank him now. Kobe Bryant played 20 years in the NBA. Of those 20 years, 15 times his team qualified for the playoffs. 7 times they made it to the NBA Finals. 5 times they won the NBA championship. So Kobe Bryant won 5 NBA championships during his NBA career. 2 times he won Finals MVP. And when you look at his total averages for his career as far as playoffs is concerned, Kobe averaged 25.6 points per game, 5.1 rebounds, 4.7 assists, 1.4 steals. He shot 44.8% from the floor overall, 33.1% from three, and 81.6% from the foul line. He led the playoffs in scoring average 3 times. 2003, his scoring average that year was 32.1 points per game. In 2007, he averaged a career best 32.8 points per game. And in 2008, he averaged 30.1 points per contest in the playoffs. One amazing statistic involving Kobe Bryant is that his teams in the playoffs beat more 50-win teams than any other uh, player affiliated with a team in the history of the NBA. Or you could say, be more simplistically, Kobe beat more 50-win teams than anybody else in the history of the NBA. Now, when you look at his numbers and you look at what he was able to accomplish with the 5 championships, 2 Finals MVPs, why is he not a little higher on my list? Well, part of it is, as spectacular as Kobe Bryant was, and he was great, you could make an argument that sometimes he wasn't as consistent in the playoffs, as you would like him for him to have been. In the NBA Finals, in the 7 finals that he played in, Kobe Bryant shot 41%. Matter of fact, I believe it was actually 40.8% from the floor in those NBA Finals. He didn't shoot the basketball particularly well in those finals. Although you could make an argument that part of that was because of the great defensive teams he played in those finals. Well, you're talking about the 2000 Pacers, the 2001 Sixers, the 2002 Nets, the 2004 Pistons, an all-time great defense. The Celtics in 2008 and 2010, all-time great defense. The only year where he played a team that wasn't an all-time great defensive team um, would be the Orlando Magic. Although they did have all-time great defender Dwight Howard. And that was the one year when Kobe Bryant scored 40 points in an NBA Finals game. Um, Kobe does have one 50-point playoff game. That was against the Phoenix Suns back in 2000, I believe, in 6. And, you know, while he did not have those monster series, part of it has to do with by the time Kobe was part of a really good team, he had enough talent around him so that his scoring average went down more to around 27, 28 during the regular season, 27, 28 during the playoffs. as opposed to when he was having those great scoring years. His teams weren't really that good. And in the beginning of his career, Kobe had a reduced role. His rookie year he didn't play a lot of minutes, and his minutes increased over the next several seasons, but he still was competing with Eddie Jones for the starting lineup position. And then by 1999, when he did secure that starting position, it was still firmly Shaquille O'Neal's team. And you can make an argument that first championship, he was definitely a sidekick, although he was emerging as a force. But by the end of their tenure together, you could argue that Kobe was not only an equal partner, Kobe was actually leading Shaq in scoring by a little bit by that time. So Kobe Bryant is an all-time great playoff performer. He's up there. He's definitely up there. He played in 220 playoff games altogether, and I mean he has his moments. He definitely has his moments. The game winner against the Phoenix Suns, back in 2006, he owned the Suns in the playoffs. The game winner against the Suns in 2006, his team had a 3-1 lead. His team had no business having a 3-1 lead against that team, although ultimately they would relinquish that series uh, and cede it to the Suns. But the fact they were up 3-1 is a remarkable feat in itself. And then in the 2010 Western Conference Finals, Kobe had his great moments against Phoenix yet again. Um, the one thing that hurt Kobe Bryant also was the fact that he suffered that Achilles rupture, because you just wonder, had his health held out a little bit longer, could he have tied Mike? Could he have had more playoff memories? Things of that nature. But still, Kobe Bryant, unbelievable in what he was able to accomplish in his career as a playoff performer. Tell me what you guys think.